Hi, Twitter world. I'm here. Let's answer some questions. Hey, Hallie. My favorite episode to film, I don't know which number it is, but there's one where it's in the 80s and I'm running around in lingerie. It was very challenging. I have much found respect for women and men alike who run around in heels. And it was a lot of fun and very challenging. Well, first of all, it's weird that my character's name is Josh because I find myself talking in third person all the time, which is very weird. Like, if I'm on set, I'm like, I don't know if Josh would walk in that way. And I feel like a total, there's a lot of words I could feel like there. I won't say it here. But yes, I think that Josh, not me, the character, definitely gained a lot of confidence and bravery and learned what it means to have to sacrifice sometimes to be a true hero. So this scene was a scene that I was asking a long time leading up to how we're going to do this. Because I knew it was going to be really funny and it was going to be done tastefully, so to speak. And like the day before we figured out how we're going to actually do it. And it's a combination of me with camera lock-offs and also a stunt double and a lot of prosthetics, as I'm sure you may have noticed. So yeah. Right now, I can't stop listening to the song Lemon by NERD. I used to love NERD so much back in the day, and it's a great song to come back with. So when I am playing J Futz, the douchey version of myself, he has a tattoo of J Futz in Gangster Scroll across his back. That was my idea. When I first read the script, I thought, this is insane. It's very original, and I would not do it with anyone else if Seth and Evan were not involved, because it is so crazy, and I knew only them and their team of geniuses could ever pull something like this off. I was excited about it, and I never thought I would be looking at doing TV or comedy, and here I am talking with you about a TV comedy that I just made. Who was the funniest and who was the most stressed? It's actually the same exact person. That's Eliza Coop. She was always the funniest and simultaneously always the most stressed. Also the greatest, and is just comedy gold in every single thing that she says. I think for me, it was just something that I'd never done before, and I just worked with Seth Rogen on The Disaster Artist, and it was great, and I was looking to do something new and different, and this was very much new and different. So yeah, that and also like playing a very, I think, original character while taking a lot of fun stuff from the 80s films and then having a new modern twist on that was a big draw for me, for sure. Hey, Ozzy. That's a high five. My favorite subject in high school. Weirdly enough, it was actually like algebra, which I could not do at all right now. But at the time, I really enjoyed it. I liked the puzzle solving element of it, problem solving. It was beautiful. The algorithms were all clean and exact, unlike life, which is a total mess. Hey Angie, so I first heard about this role because I did a movie called The Disaster Artist for a couple days, and Seth Rogen was there and I met him, and a few days after we filmed, he was like, hey man, we have this really cool project, you want to like do it with us? And I was like, yeah, sure man, why not? Hey Helen, I do like them. I don't play them very often. However, when I first got the show, I went out and got a few games and decided to dive deep into that world and would oftentimes like come to consciousness like 5 hours later, and I get why you fall into a deep hole of gaming now. I respect that. Well, shit, we got you. If I were going back in time and I set aside all like humanitarian causes and was just going for a purely selfish reason, I would go to like Manhattan in like the 60s and 70s. I feel like there was so much cool art happening there and music, it would be pretty bitchin' to check out. Hola, que frío hace? I think there's a lot of great things about being an actor. I think for me, it's like you get to kind of step into someone else's shoes and experience things that you don't get to as yourself. I think also just getting to tell stories is amazing. So as an actor, you get to connect with that and tell stories. That's a brutal question. I'm not gonna say who you're rooting for, and you might get mad. Tiger is a hero from the future who has been living, fighting her entire life with futuristic weapons. It's not very fair. It's not a fair fight. No answer.
Look, you won't know.
No. Why would I want to be a Viking? That was like unsanitary times. They got in boats for months on end in the freezing cold weather. I have air conditioning and heat. And a shower. Wubba-lubba-dub-dub! I would be super stoked if we did a second season. What's so cool about this show is that it's time travel. So that means you can kind of go anywhere and do anything in any time. So I think the opportunities and some of the ideas we've already been kicking around for a second season, it's pretty crazy. So I'd be extremely happy and exhilarated to do a second season. I think that there is actually a big overall theme that plays inside of Future Man, and that is about what happens when people in societies dehumanize each other and don't see the humanity that they all exist in together, what happens in the future that Tiger and Wolf come from. And in a way, Josh is very much focused on the humanity of it and keeping a moral center that is right and just. So it's an interesting dichotomy that plays out. I was very excited for Future Man to come out. It was something that we worked very hard on for a long time, and I was extremely nervous to see how people reacted to it. So yeah, I was excited and quite nervous. And now that's happened, I feel great. I think it's gotta be Jeff Buckley. I mean, that man's voice, my God. The lows, the highs, the softness, the harshness. It was a thing of beauty. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm a Grinch. I really don't like Christmas. I remember as a kid, I was always like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And I think it's been made into like a massive corporate holiday where the machine is trying to control all of us. So I want the machine to get off my back. Oh boy. I love The Shining. I think it's an absolute masterpiece. I just saw this movie recently called Suspiria? Argentino, maybe. I could be butchering all of that. It was a great film. I really like horror. Horror, scary, thriller, whatever. I haven't been everywhere in the world. I might surprise you. But I really love Europe. I think Spain is an amazing country. It's just like a way of life that is enjoyable. It's about talking and being with your friends and enjoying life and not just the hustle and bustle. So, España. If I wasn't acting, what would I be doing? Probably another dream that's nearly impossibly attainable, which would be a professional soccer player. I always loved playing soccer, and I grew up playing it, and it's the greatest thing. That or a mechanic. I love working on things. Thank you guys. I hope that I answered your questions in an adequate way. That's all I strive for, is adequacy. It was awesome. I will hope to do this again sometime soon. You guys were funny and great. Thank you very much.